Our second day aboard the Disney Wish includes a bit of drawing, a martini class, and a memorable dinner at Palo. Come check it out! We were docked in Nassau for our second day of our trip and decided to stay aboard the ship so we could explore it more. This is a downside of no sea days if you're wanting to really take advantage of everything on board. You have to choose between the ship or the port. I always like peeking at the other ships in port while enjoying the sunshine from the deck. As you can see, it was a gorgeous day. We decided to skip breakfast and go right to lunch. First up was Daisy's Pizza Pies. I really wanted to try the pizza, and it was extra cheesy. Although simple, it was really good. It kind of reminded me of Costco, but that's a positive thing to me. It had a ton of cheese and the sauce wasn't overly sweet. Seriously, look at all that cheese. We also got a cheeseburger from Goofy's Grill. A cheeseburger is always a classic, and this one was fresh off the grill with lots of cheese, lettuce, and tomato. The fries were pretty standard, but were nice and hot. I do recommend getting to the lunch spots right when they open because the lines were short and the food was really hot. After lunch, we hit up some adults-only drawing classes. This one was BB-8, which was easier than the first class of the day. The first one was Ursula, and I don't have any video of it, but I did include a photo at the end of this time-lapse to show you how they turned out. To be fair, the cast member leading the Ursula class said that Ursula was one of the hardest ones to do. Both classes were held at Kagan Compass and were adult-only activities for anyone 18 and older. A cast member hosts the activity, and you watch step-by-step videos led by a Disney animator to go through the process of each drawing. There is also a paper guide you can follow along with and reference for each step of the way. The videos were very helpful for technique, and the guide was a great tool as well. It's amazing how it all comes together in the end. We've never done the drawing classes on board before, and I highly recommend them. They are really fun even if you're not an artist. I don't draw, and I still thought mine turned out pretty good because the instructions make it so easy to follow. These classes are included as standard activities and didn't cost any extra. There are always tons of activities to do on board to keep you entertained. As you can see, my BB-8 turned out not too bad. I think the sizing was a little off on the head, but overall, I was happy with it. I'm about to show the photo of our Ursula drawings. I had to include this because Cody's makes us laugh since it looks so deranged. He had a great time too, and we both laughed along the way. Once drawing classes were finished, it was time to head over and check in for our Martini tasting class over at Nightingale's. The beverage classes are always a fun activity and worth the additional charge. When you enter the class, everything was set up for 3 mini martinis, but you end up getting 5 total by the end of the seminar. It was really interesting to taste the different combinations and to learn about martinis and gin in general. I loved this awesome bubble tool and how easily it makes bubbles full of flavor vapor to add to your cocktail. This drink is a version of the stepmother that they serve at Nightingale's. It features bourbon, sweet vermouth, ginger, and cherry. It was Cody's favorite. Watching the smoke bubbles swirl around as the flavor soaked into the drink was really neat. My favorite from the class was the Dirty Martini, but I really enjoyed trying everything. This was $50 a person, and I think it was a good value for everything we received between the actual drinks and the experience. It was very interactive, educational, and fun to try flavor combinations you wouldn't normally order from the bar. We went back to Kagan Compass after our Martini class for a round of sports trivia for adults only. I know nothing about sports, so I was no help, but we did get a few questions right, which was honestly better than we thought we would do. Since we didn't have enough adults-only trivia already, we headed to the Triton Lounge for a Brain Teasers round. These were fun riddles and trick questions that make you think. We did better than the sports round, but still not enough to take home more medallions. It was then time for our dinner at Palo Steakhouse. This meal was absolutely delicious, and I did a horrible job taking notes, but the food was too distracting. We started off with bread and then ordered the antipasto appetizer that was fantastic. All of the meats and cheeses were high quality. We always appreciate a good charcuterie board, and this was one of the best ones we've had. Definitely the best at sea. We also had a gorgeous ocean view and got to watch the sunset as we enjoyed our meal. Cody got a steak they had for a special, so I don't remember exactly what it was since I failed at my notes. We split sides of pan-roasted wild mushrooms, cavatappi pasta, mac and cheese style with breadcrumbs, broccolini with black garlic and more breadcrumbs, and a whipped Yukon Gold potato puree with chives and parsley. I got this 6-ounce Japanese A5 Wagyu strip loin, and it was melt-in-your-mouth delicious. Everything was amazing. We ended the meal with the infamous Palo chocolate souffle, and it was the perfect choice. It was warm and decadent and a great way to end the day. We were in a food coma after this and went back to our room to watch Pirates of the Caribbean and take it easy, so we'll say goodnight here. Our next video will be all about our final day, including Castaway Cay and Enchante. See you then, and thanks for watching.